We all know a person in our lives who's always in everything at all times, considers himself a very important personality, as VIP person, is always busy with something, has contacts at all times with important personalities. But the fact of the matter is that he was also a failure in every sense of the word, talk without action. In other words, he considers himself the center of the universe. He sits most of his time and spends as much money in fancy restaurant as he does on his business ideas. He is also a professional per side who lives off his family's hard toil by cheating them, like he does everyone else in town with his glorious in future technology. It was true that sometimes he would make an effort, or he would pick the phone, talk to some big character, and go through his list of names until it ran out, and then nothing would happen. None of these business ventures produced any fruit. He has an imaginary high level of self confidence. In his opinion, the people who made fun of him or cut off phone calls with him were missing out on the biggest opportunity in their lives. Welcome to the world of success. Iman Abdullah is with you, and the idea of the channel is to raise our thoughts to a new and more beautiful level. I hope everyone is well, and let's get started. Prepare you the most delicious cup of coffee or the drink you like, and listen to me carefully. Well, my dear, I think you know that we are going to talk about through the character that I said in the introduction. And to sum it up for you, you need to know that we are not exceptions. You have to know inside you that you are not special. During the 1960s, the development of high self-esteem, that is, having positive thoughts and feeling about oneself, became a widespread trend in psychology. It was then that improved public self-esteem could lead to tangible social benefits: a lower crime rate, better academic performance, lower unemployment, and a smaller budget deficit. As a result, self-esteem practices began. Starting from the following decade, that is the decade of the 70s, it became a topic that parents learned and emphasized by psychotherapists and teachers, and even became part of the educational policy. For example, they give kids trivial homework like writing down the reasons they think they are special or mentioning the top 5 things they like about themselves. A generation later, data shows we are not all exceptional, and it turns out that just feeling good about yourself doesn't really mean anything unless you have a good reason to feel that way. Hardships and failures have been shown to be really useful and even necessary for a child to grow up to be a mature, successful, strong minded person. It turns out that teaching people to believe they are exceptional and to have a good sense of themselves, no matter what, can ever produce a society filled with the likes of Bill Gates and Martin Luther King. Rather, it produces a society like our friend that I mentioned in the introduction, nothing more. The real problem with this excessive sense of entitlement is that it makes people need to feel good about themselves all the time, even at the expense of the people around them. Since they are in constant need of this feeling, they end up spending most of their thinking about themselves. They interpret everything that's going on around them as affirmation of their greatness, and it's very difficult to get them out of that situation. To simply put, any attempt to talk them over becomes a serious threat to their superiority from a new person who can't comprehend how smart, talented, handsome, or successful they are. If something good happens to them, it's because of an amazing achievement they have achieved. And if something happens to them bad, it's because someone's jealous of them and tries to distract from them. Most people are average at most things they do, and even if you are exceptional at one thing, it's entirely possible that you are an ordinary person or even below average in most other things. It's the nature of life. To be truly great at something, you have to dedicate a lot of time and energy to it. And since we all have limited time and energy, very few of us can be truly exceptional at more than one thing, if we can be exceptional at all. We are all, or the vast majority of us, normal average human beings. But it's the borderline cases that get all the kudos. Somehow we know this, but we rarely think about it or talk about it even. Nor do we ever discuss those aspects that could make this a problem. All day, every day, huge amounts come to us. Those are really exceptional things. The best of the best and the worst of the worst. The greatest sporting achievements, the most powerful jokes, the most disturbing news, and the most daunting dangers. It all comes to us without stopping. Now, someone might ask, but if I'm not special or exceptional, what is the purpose? The fact that this idea is so self contradictory as to destroy it. After all, if everyone is exceptional, then nobody is exceptional by definition. Most people don't notice that. Instead of asking what we really deserve or what we don't deserve, we swallow that message and then demand more. Once you accept the premise that life doesn't become valuable unless it's prestigious or great, until it means that you basically accept the fact that most human beings are worthless and losers, including you. The rare people who become truly exceptional at something don't do so because they see themselves as exceptional. Quite the opposite. They become amazing people because they are obsessed with developing and improving themselves. This obsession stems from a firm conviction that they are not really great at all. This is the opposite of entitlement. And people who become great at something become exceptional because they understand that they are mediocre, but they think they can be better more than that. The key to your mental health is just as the key to your physical health is to eat your vegetables. That is, to accept the ordinary facts of life. Facts like your actions don't really matter much in the general course of things, and the greater part of our life would be boring if not there is something that catches the eye. However, this is something that's okay. You will find the taste of this dish of vegetables relishing at first. You will find it very poor. You will try to avoid accepting it. But in the end, you will know that this is the right thinking and the right path as well. At the very least, you will find that the constant pressure to be something amazing, to be something big, may get off your back. The stress and anxiety caused by your constant feeling will dissipate. Then your knowledge of the purpose of your existence, as we said in a previous video of ours, and your acceptance of this purpose liberates you so that you can accomplish what you really desire to accomplish. My dear, we have come to the end of our dose for the day. I hope you have changed your thinking even if a little. If you want to know more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. If you like this episode of the series, feel free to put a like. Don't skip, dear friend, on sharing this information. And on Instagram, I'm posting a short and motivating doses. Don't forget to follow me there. Thanks for your valuable time. See you in a new and better dose.